All right. I'll just start with, look, I'm very pleased with the energy and the mental fortitude that our team showed in the game. Obviously very disappointed in the loss, but we played better. There's progress there. I think our team is continuing to grow and understand that sometimes when you're trying to harvest, it takes a while. They continue to show up with great resilience and the right mindset. And so it's encouraging, but we can't be like relieved because we just played better. We got to be, in the right intent, I think, in practice today and tomorrow and Thursday to continue to get better and improve and understand that, there are trials in this life. Talked about Job yesterday, and it's about the response to those things so that we can continue to improve, not just as a team, but also just the character and as a group. So, go ahead.
I know you kind of talked to Kevin about it, but after the game, but just, positive takeaways. What are you looking to build on this week after what you saw Saturday?
Well, I thought, defensively, the energy that we played with and were able to sustain, and again, we continue to play with a lot of numbers over there. SEMO's, they're as advertised, all right? They might have the best quarterback in the FCS. I know the Missouri Valley's got some good ones, but Peyton, man, he's special, and a really good group of receivers. And I thought we just kind of battered away at what they were trying to do. And did we make every play? No. Did we have some self-inflicted wounds? Absolutely. And we got to take care of those things. But we're playing with the right mentality there, and we never lose focus. Offensively, we were better. We got a bit of the taste out of our mouth from the Lindenwood trip there. Made some big plays in the game. Had some more opportunities. Got beat on a couple things, and we just have to get through the first doggone drive of the game without some major turnover on our side of the field. And so we got to get that fixed. I think that's a little bit of execution. It's a little bit of mentality. It's just a little bit of focus and concentration. But those things have got to kind of get resolved.
Quarterback situation, any update?
I think he's banged up, and I think Caleb came in, played his best game through two really nice touchdown passes. Had a couple decisions that, hey, we got to coach him on and get him straight. He's got to understand that playing quarterback is sometimes is about just playing the next play. We don't have to make every single play into some kind of positive deal. Sometimes just tossing the ball out of bounds is a good play for us if we can play the next down. And he did some positive things. We did not give up no sacks, which was good, even though we got pressure. We gave up too much pressure in the game. But one of the positive things was that Caleb was able to make a few things with his legs, which was good.
Who is it? Caleb this Saturday? Do you know?
I don't know yet. If I was guessing right now, then probably.
How about Ison? He got hurt.
Yeah, Tay's banged up. I think he's day to day right now. It's a hip pointer, so it's about your pain tolerance.
Yeah.
At that point, certainly believe that he's having a great year, and man, he's hard to tackle. But he's a tough guy, and we're gonna try to do everything we can to get him back.
You have the chart in front of you. What have you seen out of Tennessee Tech heading into Saturday?
Well, I think they're getting their quarterback back, which is good for them. They've got transfers all over the place, so they've got some guys that, at least on offense, that have been productive. Scored I think 50 against Gardner-Webb a couple of weeks ago. And they got a nose, he's 344 pounds. He's like he's not just like just an anchor in there. He's a guy that can move. I've seen him chase down screens. Miles Parker is his name, and he can really play. The Cordish kid, number 20, the safety. He's got some picks. He's their leading tackler. He does a lot, I think, in his active form on defense. So, we're at this point where I just know in our mind that we're going to have to show mental toughness and fortitude and sustained performance and play steady in every game in order to come out on top. And I think every game's going to be close. So we have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and we got to perform in critical moments. We got to be better on the third down as a unit on offense. We got to eliminate the third down penalties on defense.
Had the quarterback been out the past 2 games? Or do you know?
He's been out since game 1.
Oh, okay.
So they got him back last week,
Okay.
and I thought he spun it pretty good. He's a Power 5. He was in Power 5 at one time. I think he's been a couple different places. He's got a little cannon attached to his arm.
How much stock or how much thought do you put into kind of common opponents? Maybe you have fared well against a common opponent.
Yeah, I actually told our team yesterday, I said we use zero stock in this way this season, because everybody has, they've beaten people, and then they've lost to people, and we've haven't gotten off the schneid yet here. But the league has been so balanced, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm doing is just trying to be internally focused and focus on our team to get us to play our best game, for 4 quarters. So I think we're just looking at deriving some confidence from playing a little bit better last week.
Going back to the turnovers, the early turnovers, you've been coaching a while, you've been around football all your life. It's almost, I can't remember a team having that much difficulty on the first or second drive of every single game.
Yeah.
Have you talked to people? Have you called Jamie or anybody saying, God, what are we doing? Because it's not a scheme thing. It's an execution thing.
Yeah, it's catch the snap. It's catch a pass. It's hey, look, let's not make this read that's a little egregious. So sometimes I think you can point something out so much that it just kind of becomes like this huge infection, right? I'm just trying to coach it. Okay, hey, look, let's think of the thing. Let's think of the ways this has happened. All right, and let's put the drills in place to proactively give our guys some confidence. That's what I think. This team is. You guys still got to remember, we still start a lot of sophomores, juniors, and freshmen on offense. I know Rob's a senior, but we got to give this team confidence all the time, and they have confidence. But we build that in practice, and you build it within the game and executing in the game. And so I just believe in our guys, and we're gonna look at it, take accountability for it. But is it frustrating? Yeah, 100%. It's frustrating. It's a little bizarre. You feel like you snake bit a little bit, but don't go play in tall grass either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's do some things. Let's keep it fundamental. Because the first 2 plays of the game, we rip off a 7-yard run and then a 29-yard run, and I feel like we're cooking. And then the second drive of the game is pretty solid too. So I don't know. We're in the right neighborhood. We just got to take the right directions to the doggone house. Quit making wrong turns.
You talk about the character of this team. We've talked about it, but just when you're dealing with quarterbacks, you can't keep them healthy. Just how is the rest of the offense just adjusted to all the changes they have to see in a game?
I think they, first of all, they have great interpersonal relationships, I think, with everybody. And, I think our guys have all seen people make plays. They know that everyone does maybe different things better than someone else. But I think some of that, is just things they've watched each other do in practice. And they know this is not, it's not like we're, we've got like LeBron and then, 4 role players over here. You know what I'm saying? We've got good players all over the field. So no one has to play hero ball. We're more like just a good band, And we're just, sometimes we emphasize the guitar solo more than we do the drum solo, or more than the doggone, saxophone. So, so that's the thing. And I think, our guys have done a great job of doing that. And I think maybe, being young helps that too.
Chris Rowan had that great catch. Just what's he brought to y'all this season coming in here?
Well, I think Chris is, he's a playmaker. It means a lot to him. You know, Chris, I think, had, you know, kind of a tough deal at Coastal. You know, was injured a lot, and so this feels like he's finally healthy and gets to just play. You know, and so he's great energy at practice. The guys really like him. You know, he's a good player, but he's a better person and more fun to be around. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and he's from the state, and so he knows what it's, you know, it means a lot to him to play in front of his home crowd.
You haven't had a lot of home games, but home games are important for recruiting.
Sure.
How's the response been? I don't even know how many were here. I mean, was there a good group of prospects here Saturday? Are you feeling positive about, regardless of the record, that when kids get on campus that they're liking what they're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we have more commitments right now at this time than we had last year. We've got, you know, a lot of positive momentum, I think, and are getting the guys that we want, you know, on the top of our board.
Right.
And so, sure, you'd love to have a big win at home to put the icing on the cake of something. But I think people also realize, and it's something that we communicate about, is, hey, you know, this is a young football team that's, you know, it's been through some transition, and we want people that want to be a part of that, and see it as an opportunity for something positive as opposed to a negative.
Is Tennessee Tech their head coach first season? Is this his first
Yes, first
Okay.
season. Bobby Wilder, Sheila Bentley's college coach there. Sam, one of their D-line coaches, played with Holyfield. Holyfield says he's got the fastest hands he's ever seen. He also went to high school with my wife.
wow.
So all kinds of interesting crossover here in Cookeville. And if you know anything about Cookeville, it's the CrossFit capital of the world. You know, Nick Gervais, I think he still CrossFits 3 times a week. So he and his wife. So you know, it's all kinds of interesting storylines here beyond the game.
That's awesome. Have you ever coached against him?
No,
Okay.
no, just been in meetings. He's a good person, a lot of energy. You can tell he's got a lot of experience. He's head coach at ODU, coached a bunch of good players there, Taylor Heineke and that whole crew. Started the program there, so he's boundless. You know, you can just tell being in a meeting with him, this guy understands what it is to be a head coach.
Gabe, appreciate it.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
It's funny with the high school